Good afternoon, baseball fans, and welcome to a gorgeous afternoon in Palm Springs, California. It's been a crazy day here at the California Winter League. Rain last night kind of dumped all over the field, and we've been working our hardest to get back in action. And thanks to all the hard work from the CWL staff, including ourselves here in the broadcast booth, who were down there raking the dirt and making sure we could play, we are ready for baseball here just after the 12:30 hour. I'm Brian Yanselson, joined by Evan Schmeiser. Evan, we have baseball.
Yes, it truly is a wonderful thing, Brian. We were out here early. We obviously pushed some things back, moved some other things around. The field looks spectacular, especially with what we had to start with. As you said, Brian, it was a major effort and very good leadership all the way around from Andrew Starkey, Justin Reschke, and Tyler Hughes.
Yeah, they led the way, making sure that we knew exactly what to get done, and we got it done enough for this game to take place in the main stadium. We have 3 going on in the auxiliary field today. Normally we have just 1, but we are working our hardest to get some baseball, and we have the Washington Blue Sox taking on the Palm Springs Power this afternoon. And the Washington Blue Sox, winners of 6 straight, put out the following lineup. Tim Catalano leading off in center field, Bryson Gandy in left, Alejandro Lara, the designated hitter, batting third, Michael Bucchino, the cleanup hitter, at second base, Nick Gonzalez playing shortstop and batting fifth, Deontay Jackson batting sixth in right field, Kyosuke Akiba, the third baseman, batting seventh, Taylor Maldonado, the catcher, batting eighth, and Vince Garcia batting ninth at first base. They will be doing battle against Kenjiro Kugimoto, the starter for the Power. All blue skies now and sunny as can be, but that was not the case last night. We are very fortunate to be getting underway as Catalano steps into the batter's box. The righty wearing number 2 high blue socks, and Kugimoto's first pitch from the windup on the way, and it's a strike. Underway, 12:40 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Wind has died down, flags not blowing at all in center field. Kugimoto, the righty, back into his windup, a chopper towards short. Bonaris lines it up, takes a couple steps, and the throw gets well away from Knoll. That looked like a routine throw for Bonaris, and it just got away from him. So not the start the Power wanted defensively as Catalano reaches via the air, and Bryson Gandy now steps up.
Yeah, I almost staggered in my seat just with how surprised I was. Bonaris got it on the big hob. He's very sure-handed, and we know he throws well. And he had plenty of time to get caught on, but that throw, he just yanked it.
That is very strange. Bonaris has played a very good defensive shortstop. The first pitch on the way to Gandy. He attacks it. Skied out to left field. Gomiya lining it up. Shades his eyes, and he makes the catch for out number 1. So nice bounce back for Kugimoto. 1 away in the top of the first, and Alejandro Lara steps to the plate.
Yeah, that's son. It's never easy this time of day, especially for the left fielders. Lesser degree for the center fielders. I don't think Gomiya picked that one up at first, not one bit. And fortunate to hang with it and get in the area.
So 1 away. Catalano off of first. Just getting going in the top of the first as Lara skies the first delivery way up there behind home, and it gets out of play, foul.
That came about 1 row away from an esteemed gentleman who he had no idea where the ball was.
Thankfully, it landed harmlessly, foul. 0-1 the count to Alejandro Lara, the league's leader in batting average. .538 for Lara. Tall right-handed hitter has a runner at first, 1 away in the top of the first. Scoreless between the Blue Sox and Power. Catalano goes towards second. The throw down, not in time. Catalano testing the young catcher Wang Mingxi on loan from MLB China. And Catalano now into scoring position with 1 away in the top of the first.
Well, you also had both Xiaopin Ho along with Bonaris covering, so a miscommunication there for sure might have cost them an out.
It was a strike at the plate, so the 0-2 misses in the dirt. 1-2 the count now to Lara. Infield playing about normal depth. Bonneries keeping the runner close at second. Catalano reach via the air. The 1-2 to Lara. The other way into right field, a base hit. Herb charging Catalano rounds third. He's coming home. Looks at the throw and comes in standing up for the first run of the game. Alejandro Lara increases his league-leading batting average well over the 500 mark, and the Blue Sox take a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, a lot of times that's all you need to do as a hitter. Lara, he got a pitch away from him, and he just shot it through the hole. I'm a little surprised the first baseman, Nick Knoll, didn't go after that. I thought he might have had a play on the ball, and a good send from Jimmy Johnson, knowing that you have a guy in Herb in right field with more of an average arm.
Blue Sox take a 1-0 lead in the top of the first over the Palm Springs Power. Just getting going here in California. Michael Bucchino at the plate. The righty-righty matchup begins with a strike on the outer half, 0-1. These Washington Blue Sox, winners of 6 consecutive games. And their win streak started way back on January 28th against these very Power. The 0-1 to Bucchino, lined up the middle, but there's Huff for the catch. The throw back to first, double play! Xiaopin He catches the line drive off the bat of Michael Bucchino and doubles up Lara at first to get the Power out of it. So the Blue Sox score 1 in the top of the first. We're headed to the bottom half where the Power come to bat.
We just got our best ever ratings from U.S. News and World Report. We're the #1 hospital in Riverside and San Bernardino counties. High performing in 17 common procedures from joint replacements to heart attack care. And for the first time, national ranking as high performing in 3 adult specialties. We're proud of these ratings, but what matters most, as always, is how we rate with you. Learn more at eisenhowerhealth.org/awards.
Already an eventful top of the first inning between the Blue Sox and the Power. Blue Sox jumping on top, 1-0. And now they turn to their lefty on the mound, Trevor McGee from Bensalem, Pennsylvania, 25 years old. And he knows a thing or two about going the distance. One of 2 complete games thrown in the CWL season. So we expect to see him out there for at least a little while, especially with all these off days. The Power will send the following lineup to match him. Chase Vincent leading off in center field. Xiaopin He, the double play. You just saw him at second, batting second. Jack Paulson at third, batting third. Wang Mingxi, the catcher, hitting cleanup. Nick Knoll at first base, batting fifth. Joseph Bonneries, the third, at shortstop. Luke Chernesky, the designated hitter, batting seventh. Zach Gomia, the left fielder, batting eighth. And Brandon Herb, the right fielder, rounds it out. The Power have sure made themselves at home here at Palm Springs Stadium. Always hometown favorites. When the great crowd on hand sees Power and Palm Springs on the uniform, they more often than not decide to root for them. So they've got some home cooking, but it'll take a lot to go against McGee and the streaking Blue Sox. It'll begin with a lefty-lefty matchup. Chase Vincent, the center fielder. McGee looks straight in at his catcher Maldonado, now goes into his windup. The first pitch from McGee, outside, ball 1. 6 foot tall, 175. McGee stands squarely in the middle of the rubber. His second pitch of the afternoon misses again. 2-0, the count to Chase Vincent, the leadoff hitter. Big plane overhead as his delivery catches the corner, 2-1. Could feel that one rattling the press box as the wind blows out towards left now in full force. 2-1 the count to Chase Vincent. Slider outside, 3-1 as McGee looking for the zone early. Went 2 innings on the 4th, and that was as a member of the Chill. Blue Sox haven't played here in the main stadium in quite a few days. As this 3-1 misses high, ball 4. Chase Vincent begins the bottom of the first with a leadoff walk.
Oh, and I wonder if that pitch is a sign of how the strike zone is going to be, because it was over the plate, maybe a little high according to the box. It's a pitch we've grown accustomed to see being called a strike. So something to keep in mind for all the hitters.
For sure, we've seen some different strike zones here at the CWL. Some are hitter-friendly, some are pitcher-friendly. Xiaopin He with a runner at first, nobody out in the bottom of the first. Blue Sox up 1. First delivery to He, has to get out of the way. Maldonado keeps it in front. 1-0 the count to He, who doubled off Laura in the top half of the first. A nice defensive play from him. From Chinese Taipei, 29 years old. Has a lot of room to work with on the right side of the infield, with Vincent off of first being held on by Garcia. McGee looks right at Vincent now from the stretch. Fouled, out of play. Beautiful day in Palm Springs, California. 60 degrees at first pitch, and it's nothing but blue skies and sun, but it was not the case overnight if you missed it at the top of the broadcast. Working hard to get these games in. Normally we have 2 games here at the stadium, but just 1 this afternoon as McGee readies his 1-1. Several glances over at Vincent, who now takes off from first. A ball at the plate, and the throw into center field. Vincent gets up, and he's headed to third. Chase Vincent, a walk, a stolen base, and advances to third on an error with nobody out.
It wasn't the greatest jump in the world from Vincent at first, especially with the slide step from McGee. I think a good throw would have actually had him from Maldonado, but really heads up to actually see the ball in center field. It's one of those you have to make that decision in a split second.
So 2-1 the count, nobody out, and a runner at third. He can tie the game just like that. The 2-1 on the way to him, dodges it, and it's low and in. 3-1. Blue Sox. Oh, go ahead, Evan.
I was just saying, if I'm Ho, I'm looking for another pitch inside. Everything this at-bat has been towards the inner half.
We'll see what McGee goes to. The 3-1. It is inside. He turns on it, but foul. He was ready for it.
It was a good 3-1 swing. Maybe just hooked it a little bit, maybe a little out in front, but it's the right approach. He was definitely looking inside, and he gave it that aggressive swing, the kind of aggressive swing you need when you're ahead in the count.
It came in at 85, went out at 94. Luckily for McGee, it went foul. A 3-2 count, nobody out, with a runner at third for the Power. Blue Sox up 1-0 in the bottom of the first. McGee takes a deep breath. His delivery skied out towards left center field. Catalano giving chase, but it's over his head. Vincent scores from third. He rounding second. He'll stop there. An RBI double by Xiaopin He, and this game is tied.
And that's a fantastic piece of hitting from Xiaopin He. He got another pitch inside, but it was more of a choke-up, protect swing. Just let me get some decent wood on the ball and get it into the outfield to guarantee a run. And sometimes when you try not to do too much, even better things can happen, and he just happened to split a gap.
Still nobody out in the bottom of the first, tied up at 1. And Trevor McGee steps off just to look around. Don't see anything on the field. Umpires looking around at each other. So we'll reset. He off of second after the RBI double. Jack Paulson, the new hitter. Not a big lead from He whatsoever. McGee fires home, and again, it's low and in, but this time it's called a strike. So he's really liking that inner half of the plate, Evan.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's a mechanical thing or that's just naturally where he likes to go. Maybe wants to set them up inside and then go for the outs away from the righties.
Paulson behind in the count, 0-1. The righty puts his bat on his shoulders and attacks that changeup, but can't connect. 0-2 the count to Jack Paulson. A .364 hitter. He leads the Power. Also 6 runs batted in, tops among the power hitters.
And Paulson needs to be careful with that pitch down and in. McGee got a pitcher's friendly strike saw on the ball down there, so have to be ready to protect if you're Paulson.
McGee takes his time on the rubber. Now from the stretch, a swing and a miss in the dirt. Maldonado over to first to be safe. And the high throw collected by Garcia for out number 1. So a big out for McGee. And up comes Wang Mingxi with one away and a runner at second.
Well, a couple things on that last pitch. First of all, I love seeing McGee going back to that down and in spot. Paulson, knowing he had the pitch called against him earlier, has to expand the zone. But if you're Maldonado, the catcher, Paulson wasn't even running. He gave himself up. Just go tag him because he nearly made a wild throw into right.
The catcher stands in from the right side against the lefty McGee. Dodges it. Inside, ball 1. You've got to love it, the lefty attacking the righty hitters inside, maybe opening up the outer half as the game goes along. This is the 4th appearance for McGee on the mound. Sets at the chest. Now kicks and fires home. The 1-0 is a swing and a miss, strike 1.
Trevor McGee does have to be careful, though, not falling in love with the inner half. Because these righties, they'll eventually catch on to that trick and make the adjustment.
And we've seen Wong Ming-Shi. He has an ability to turn on that inner half. The 1-1 on the way to the catcher. Inside, ball 2. Maldonado doing work early behind the plate. We know he's one of the best defensive catchers at the CWL. So always nice to have that in the back of your mind if you're a pitcher. As the infield plays, Wong Ming-Shi to pull the second baseman Bukino off of the bag, keeping Huck close, and then he backs up. The 2-1, wave and a miss, 2-2.
It's a much different early outing from McGee than I'm used to seeing. I'm used to seeing a lot of two-seam fastballs, a lot of pitches running away from the righties. Pretty much everything's been either a straight heater or the breaking ball going down and in.
McGee ready for the 2-2. He delivers and gets a 3rd consecutive swinging strike. Wong Ming-Shi set down for the second out, and Nick Knoll comes to bat with that runner still at second.
And that's a perfect pitch. So you set him up with a fastball towards the outer half and then another breaking ball down. So then you get him leaning a bit over the plate, and then he can't do anything. Even at only 86 coming in, with a fastball on the black, it just catches them by surprise.
We're all tied up at 1 in the bottom of the 1st. Off of second, Nick Knoll, the righty, at the plate. Blue Sox scoring 1 in the top half, Power tying it up in the bottom. Pitch misses high to Knoll, 1-0 the count. First baseman wearing number 43. From Penn Valley, California. Right in the heart of this Power order. Can he put them up early? McGee looks towards now delivers home. Upstairs, ball 2.
And with this count being 2-0, I think Knoll should sell out for a fastball on the inner half. That's been the pattern in this first inning.
He's ahead in the count 2-0, so he can pick his pitch. McGee towards home, right there for strike 1. Knoll must have been looking for something different. Kind of hidden himself there after that one. Knows he had a good one. 2-1 the count with 2 away in the bottom of the 1st. Power Blue Sox tied at 1. Xiaopin Hun, RBI double. He's off of second. McGee, the lefty, fires home. Low and in, ball 3.
And it's virtually the same situation, 3-1 compared to 2-0. Once again, I'm looking for that fastball towards the inner half, and granted, first base is open, so McGee should not give Knoll anything too perfect.
Great point. Does have that open base. The 3-1 to Knoll. A strike. Generous call in favor of McGee. Makes it a full count.
And I think that was McGee's strategy, going towards the black, maybe missing a little bit, and this time he happened to get the call.
If Knoll can wait back on one, a lot of room on that right side. 2 away, the payoff pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Trevor McGee gets Knoll, and he ends up striking out the side. However, the Power tie it up thanks to a Xiaopin Hud double before that. So we head to the top of the 2nd inning. Blue Sox 1, Power 1.
Elmer's Restaurants. Welcome to the family.
So, I just got the State Farm Personal Price Plan on my car insurance.
So you told your agent you play the bagpipes for your dog?
What? No, I didn't get that personal. My agent just helped me create an affordable price just for me. Okay, let me show you what I've been working on. Hey, Buster!
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
Time for the top of the second inning. Washington Blue Sox and Palm Springs Power tied at 1. Each team with a run, 1 hit, and an error in the first inning. Nick Gonzalez, Deontay Jackson, and Kosuke Akiba due up for the Blue Sox as Kugimoto remains on the mound for the Power. Kugimoto into his windup from the right side. Gonzalez, a foul ball the other way. Nick Gonzalez, 3 for 15 on the year. 200 batting average. Does have 3 runs batted in. 0-1 to him. Inside, ball 1. Wears a green helmet representing his University of Southern Florida Bulls, where he went to college. And he lines this one to right field, a base hit. Nice piece of hitting by Nick Gonzalez to lead off the second inning with a single. And now Deontay Jackson will look to do some damage.
I love these approaches we've seen early from the Blue Sox, from Lara and Gonzalez right there. Pitch on the outer black and just serving it the other way. Just getting guys on base like that, not doing too much, manufacturing their runs in key spots. That's been a big part of their 6-game win streak.
And another big part of it, Deontay Jackson, the big righty. At the plate, the first pitch to him, goes after it, loops it over the shortstop and into left field, a base hit. Gonzalez read it, but he'll stick around at second, won't risk it. Back-to-back singles on back-to-back pitches for the Blue Sox. They've got 2 on, nobody out in the top of the second.
That's the boy right there. That's the boy. Well, our analytics guy, Hunter, I've never seen anybody so fired up on a jammed Q-shot single, one of those Texas leaguers. I'm glad he's excited about it.
That's his boy, Deontay Jackson, and Hunter Mott went to the same high school up near Oakland, California. Now Akiba, he goes after it, but can't connect. 0-1 the count. With runners at first and second, nobody out in the top of the second. Blue Sox and Power tied at 1. Akiba chokes up on the bat. Wants to just make contact. Able to lay off of one in the dirt. 1-1. Nick Gonzalez and Deontay Jackson leading off the second with back-to-back singles. These Blue Sox are hot. After an 0-2 start, 6 in a row, they lead the CWL as Akiba lays off of one high, 2-1 the count.
Well, so it's clear the home plate umpire, Max Steiner, does not like that pitch up in the strike zone.
Kugimoto is going to have to get it lower if he wants it. Akiba waits the 2-1, fouls it straight back. 2-2 the count with nobody out in the top of the second. Evan, I'm old enough to remember when the Blue Sox didn't look like they were going to get a hit or a run this season. They were no hit in their second game. They had no runs across their first 2 and just 2 hits, and now they can't be stopped. Akiba swings over the top of this one inside, asking the home plate umpire if he fouled it off, but he did not. So a strikeout for Kugimoto, 1 away in the top of the second. Runners still at first and second with Taylor Maldonado coming up. But, Evan, now they've rattled off these 6 straight victories, and who's going to stop them?
Well, it's surely been a much different team. Defensively, they really cleaned things up. It was a rough going during those first 2 losses. And the hitting has been timely and, honestly, taking advantage of the opposition's mistakes. They've been very opportunistic.
First pitch to Maldonado, nearly hits him instead of ball. 1-0 the count to the catcher. Maldonado, a steady presence behind the dish. 1-0 to him. Line drive the other way. Herb came in, now backtracks, and it's over his head. To the wall it goes. Gonzalez coming from third. He'll score. Jackson into third and Maldonado into second with an RBI double. Blue Sox back on top 2-1.
And it's exactly like I said. Every team, they make their mistakes here and there, but the Blue Sox are able to get these guys on base, not trying to do too much, just some Texas leaguers or go the other way with a pitch. And it sets it up where they're able to keep putting the ball in play, and mistakes will happen. Blue Sox, again, they've struck out. They're one of the two teams who've struck out the least in the entire season. That's also been a big key for them.
First pitch to Garcia, strike on the outer half. Corners playing in with runners at second and third, just one away in the top of the second. Blue Sox up 2-1 and threatening. Already 3 hits this inning as Garcia waits the 0-1 and swings over the top 0-2. A 64-mile-per-hour off-speed delivery from Kugimoto.
Well, we'll obviously see how Garcia is able to handle himself behind 0-2, but so many times we see strikeouts, especially looking in these spots, but with the Blue Sox and the Grizzlies as well, they don't strike out a lot, so more often than not, they cash in.
Swings and misses at the 0-2. 78 right past him. And a massive strikeout for Kugimoto. 2 away in the top of the second now, and back to the top of the order in Tim Catalano.
That's a pitch Garcia is going to want back. It was center cut, out in front a little bit, perhaps looking for something else.
Jackson off of third, Maldonado at second. First pitch to Catalano, just misses 1-0. Catalano making sure. Our zone shows that was in, but it was a ball called, as you said, Evan. The top of the zone not friendly for Kugimoto. He's behind 1-0. Delivers towards Catalano, blocked by Wong Ming-shi. Good job sliding over on that one in the dirt, or else Jackson would have scampered home.
Those are the first 2 pitches that I've noticed where Kugimoto's trying to pepper the outer half.
Catalano up 2-0. Waits on one in the dirt. 3-0 now the count to the leadoff hitter. Jackson singled, got all the way to third. An RBI double for Taylor Maldonado. He's at second. Blue Sox up 2-1 in the top of the second. A run in the first, a run in the second, looking for more. The 3-0 to Catalano, grounded to short. Bonaris underneath it, makes a calm throw, but it's over the head of Knoll, and here come 2 Blue Sox. 4-1 the lead now for Washington as another errant throw gets away from Bonaris' second error of the afternoon, and Kugimoto can't catch a break.
Yeah, and part of me, 2 very similar plays with both of those errors on balls where, and it happens to be the same hitter in Catalano, where he has time, just doesn't have the release point.
Bryson Gandy now up with 2 away. Catalano off of first. Breaking ball swatted towards right center field. Vincent giving chase, and he gets there in time right in front of the wall. What a catch as Gandy gave it a ride. But that's the third out of the inning. Blue Sox jump ahead 4-1 thanks to 3 runs and 3 hits. An error also really helped their cause. We're headed to the bottom of the second inning. 4-1 Blue Sox.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Whenever you find yourself hungry for something real, simple, and true, we're here for you.
That's what a hamburger's all about.
Bottom of the second inning here in Palm Springs. Power down 4-1. 3 runs coming across in the top half of the second. All of them, except for that first one, unearned. And now Trevor McGee has a 4-1 lead to work with as Bonnery steps to the plate. Wiggles his bat over the plate. The righty awaits the pitch and looks at it as a strike on the inner half. Bonnery's a chance to redeem himself for those 2 early errors. So rare to see. We've given him nothing but compliments here on the air because he's such a talented defensive shortstop. Just not his day so far, but he can recover as he looks at another strike, 0-2. Bonnery's, the 28-year-old, behind in the count, 0-2. McGee looking confident and will have to wait as Bonnery's calls time.
Wise to do so for Bonnery's. Even as a hitter, last thing you want is to just stand there for too long.
He'll stand there a bit longer. Looks at one high, 1-2. McGee not a fast worker by any means, but he is picking up the pace a little bit, now up 3. Long look into Maldonado, now into the windup, the 1-2. Looper the other way, in there for a base hit. Jackson thought about it, but decided to watch it fall in front of him. A leadoff single for Bonnery's and the Power looking to get something going.
Well, and a rare mistake that we just saw from McGee. I like the idea of going with the breaking ball, but it was virtually center cut. It caught a lot of the plate, especially how good Maldonado's been. You want to get that down, maybe even in the dirt.
Leadoff single for Bonnery's in the bottom of the second. Blue Sox 4, Power 1. And Luke Chernesky, the righty, at the plate. Rests the bat on his shoulders before lifting it up as Bonnery's takes a big lead off of first. McGee finally delivers home and misses low. Maldonado finds it. Bonnery's looking awfully jumpy off of first. Still a long way to go in this one, just in the bottom of the second. Blue Sox, those 3 in the top half, give them a 4-1 lead. But we've seen plenty of comebacks here at Palm Springs Stadium. McGee, a long hold, now delivers in the dirt again, 2-0. So if nothing else, Bonnery's is distracting McGee on the mound.
Yeah, those 2 pitches, none of them were close. They didn't even register on the TrackMan. Just focus on the hitter. You're towards the bottom of the lineup, and something to keep in mind, Chernesky, both times where he's gone to load, has been very late on those takes.
Another long hold, the 2-0 to Chernesky. Massive cut, 2-1.
And that's just a challenge fastball up in the zone, and he got the swing through from Chernesky.
Chernesky from Winnipeg, Canada.
No wonder he's so polite.
Ready for the 2-1 as Bonnery's takes off. Swing and a miss, the throw down, in time and out. Bucchino held on to the perfect throw from Maldonado. And as if these runners haven't learned yet, you don't run on Taylor Maldonado.
Well, I know Bonnery's runs extremely well. I'm a little surprised, especially much tougher with the lefty on the mound. And you don't want to make it now in this spot when you're already trailing by 3.
McGee, meanwhile, back in the count 2-2 after falling behind 2-0. Can try to wrap up this at-bat and have 2 away, nobody on. The 2-2 to Chernesky, and not quite there yet as he fouls it off.
Looked like it nearly got him in the hand.
There's action in the Power bullpen. They trail 4-1 here in the bottom of the second. Nobody on and 1 out for Chernesky at the plate. The 2-2 to him. Tries to check his swing, but can't. A strikeout for McGee, and there we go. 2 out, nobody on for Zach Gomia.
I do love this breaking ball from McGee going down and in to the righties. Chernesky sold down the fastball. He didn't get it, and that's why you got that off-balance swing.
Gomia, the right-handed hitting left fielder, takes a big cut and can't connect. 0-1. Bonnery's began the inning with a single, but he was caught stealing by Taylor Maldonado. The strikeout now leaves it with 2 away and nobody on in the bottom of the second. McGee's delivery fouled straight back, 0-2.
Oh, McGee's ramped it up a bit. First to 88, then 87. I'll ask Hunter next door, but those might be the two hardest fastballs we've seen from Trevor all winter.
He's getting in a groove. Ahead 0-2 on Gomia. Gives a couple of shakes. Now ready to fire towards Maldonado. The 0-2 fouled past first.
Yeah, back up to 88. I got to get Hunter's attention.
McGee, 23 years old from Pennsylvania. Experience at the Northwoods League recently, as well as last year's CWL. Gives a nod of approval to Maldonado. Now delivers the 0-2, a breaking ball just off the plate. Gonzalez, the shortstop, was ready to run into the dugout, but not yet. A 1-2 count with 2 away, nobody on in the bottom of the second. Blue Sox 4, Power 1. The 1-2 from McGee. There's a foul tip out of the mitt of Maldonado. Couldn't hang on to it, and he'll take a walk around the plate. Home plate umpire Max Steiner giving him a moment as Gomia checks on him as well. That's why you couldn't pay me enough money to be a catcher, Evan.
Yeah, it takes a tough guy to be down there. Good to see Maldonado's all right. So I was able to confirm with our analytics guy, Hunter. So McGee's topped out at 89, and we know he averages 85, 86. So perhaps I got a little overly excited seeing 88.
Hey, this is an exciting performance so far. 4 strikeouts already. Looking for another. The 1-2 count to Gomia. There it is, strikeout number 5. And what does the clock say? 89 miles an hour. So that'll certainly do for the Blue Sox, who take a 4-1 lead into the top of the 3rd inning.
Immerse yourself in the ultimate fan experience at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Stop by any of our 3 premier properties in the Coachella Valley to catch all of the games on our giant wraparound screens. See real-time scores on our giant LED sports ticker. Plus, enjoy exciting twists on all of your bar food favorites. Get your game on at 360 Sports in Rancho Mirage, Palm Springs, or Cathedral City. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com. Problem gambling? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Top of the 3rd inning, Blue Sox up 4-1 over the Power, and they've got the heart of their order due up. Lara, Buquino, and Gonzalez will go up against Kugimoto, the starter still on the mound. From the windup, Kugimoto's first pitch, a strike to Lara. An RBI single his first time up, continues to lead the California Winter League in batting average. Way up over 540 now. The 0-1 to Lara, fouled straight back, 0-2. The 25-year-old from Fairfield, California, went to UC Davis, a Division I program up in Northern California. Overall hit 280 in 91 games, drove in 41 runs, really solid career. He's behind 0-2 here, looks at one in the dirt, ball 1. 1-2 to Lara, leading off the 3rd. Blue Sox up 4-1. Lara was an All-Big West honorable mention with UC Davis. The 1-2 to him. Chopper to 3rd. Paulson backs up. Long throw across the diamond. A little high, but Knoll hauls it in for out number 1. One away in the top of the third. Blue Sox still up 4-1, and Bukino comes to bat with nobody on.
Brian, did you get a good look at the little snow caps now on the San Bernardino Mountains to center field?
I've been looking at them all day. I can't take my eyes off of them, honestly. As the first pitch to Bukino, line to Bonaris, gets to it. This throw is in time and on target. Out number 2. Nice play by Bonaris, and Kugimoto on the mound looking for a quick 1-2-3 inning. Gonzalez stands in his way.
I think the little snow caps up there from the recent storms is the first time I've seen snow on top of those mountains specifically.
Yeah, back in Texas, we don't see a lot of snow, so every time I see it, even if it's not on the ground but in the distance on the mountains, I get awfully excited. Gonzalez, a big swing over the off-speed. 0-1 the count to Nick Gonzalez. 2 away in the top of the third. Blue Sox up 4-1. Some weird weather patterns in Palm Springs over the last few days as Gonzalez lines it right into the glove of Nick Knoll at first. A 1-2-3 inning for Kenjiro Kugimoto, and the Power come to bat down 4-1 in the third.
Desert Air started right here in the Coachella Valley in 1954, and we've been welcoming customers to our family ever since. With nearly 70 years of proven trust, dependability, and experience, we've got the AC and heating expertise to help you all year round. Plus, our factory-trained technicians provide well-informed maintenance, repairs, and installation, so you get our industry-best products with industry-best service. Contact our family at Desert Air. We'll make sure you live comfortably, always.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in-app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Brandon Erb will lead off the bottom of the third inning for the Power, who trail it 4-1. Blue Sox with 1 in the first, 3 in the second, looking good thanks to Trevor McGee on the mound. The lefty already 5 strikeouts, just 2 hits allowed. First pitch to Erb, outside, ball 1. No action in the Washington bullpen, and from what we've seen, Trevor McGee can certainly go a long time. A complete game back on the 30th against the Chill as his 1-0. Catches the outside corner, 1-1. Did give up 3 runs and 9 hits, but he went the distance. And he is not messing around now. Gets the ball right back from Maldonado into his windup from the left side. The 1-1. Tapper in fair play. Maldonado over it. The throw in time to retire Erb as Maldonado continues to dazzle behind the dish.
And that's a really good play. It's made a lot more difficult with the speed from Erb, already coming from the left-handed batter's box. Maldonado, very athletic, quick to pounce on it, smothered the ball with his bare hand, and he delivered the strike to first.
It seems like every time we see him, Evan, we're talking about it, but Maldonado is an incredible defensive catcher. Already a caught stealing today in that last play to give us 1 away in the bottom of the third. Blue Sox up 4-1, and Vincent at the plate. Vincent takes the ball outside, 1-0. Vincent walked his first time up and came around to score on the Chopin Hud double. That's the only run on the board for the Power. 4-1 they trail. McGee, big looping breaking ball sent to center field. Catalano sees it, has it, and retires the out. Number 2. As McGee gets a quick out and looking for a consecutive 1-2-3 inning.
And when the Blue Sox have had these opportunities getting the early leads, they've done a really good job with front running. And this is the approach you need for McGee. Just continue to pepper strikes, keep mixing things up, not walk anybody. That's what you need to do with a 3-run lead.
First pitch to Chopin Ha sends it where the first one came, over to left center field and back towards the wall again. Ha, a second double on the afternoon, and he is looking good. Has to tell his teammates to see whatever he's seeing. A 2-out double for Chopin Ha with 2 away in the third.
And sometimes that can happen when you're consistently in the strike zone. I mean, that pitch, it was right down the middle, and Ho did what you need to do with a mistake like that, and that's hammer it.
He sure did. 98 off the bat of Ha. 2 for 2 with 2 doubles, and Jack Paulson the RBI opportunity now. Power trying to chip into this 4-1 Blue Sox lead. Akiba, the third baseman, right along the line. Bukino holding on Ha, now backs up. The first pitch to Paulson, low and in the dirt, ball 1.
On a different day, I think that liner from Xiaopin Ho, it could have left the ballpark, especially albeit a pretty cool and humid day at the ballpark.
He almost hit it on too much of a line, if possible, just for the home run sake of it. If he got it higher, maybe that jet stream catches it. Instead, a 2-out double. He's off of second. A 1-0 count to Paulson at the plate. Strike on the inner half, 1-1. Paulson struck out his first time up, but he leads the Power with 6 runs batted in, another standing out there at second. Trevor McGee, the lefty starter, is still out there looking to get out of trouble. Takes a look back towards second. Now kicks and fires. Blocked by Maldonado, 2-1.
Well, and wise from Paulson, spitting on that breaking pitch, seeing it as a ball out of McGee's hand. If you can force him to go with the fastball, then a good hitter like Paulson's in a much better spot.
And the Minnesota native has been a good hitter all year long. Ready for the 2-1 from McGee. Up the middle. Diving to a stop, Gonzalez over to first. No, he did not come off the bag, says the first base umpire, as Garcia keeps a toe there and retires the third out of the inning. A phenomenal play by Gonzalez at short for the third out, and McGee gets out of it. We head to the top of the fourth inning. Blue Sox 4, Power 1. Yeah, Brock Rudy. Welcome back to Palm Springs, where the Blue Sox lead it 4-1 in the top of the 4th inning. We want to remind you that Sport Clips are the pros in men's hair. They have cutting-edge stylists and hairstyles to give you a championship haircut. Make sure to check out their signature haircut service, the MVP Haircut Experience, which includes a precision haircut hot towel, massaging shampoo, and neck and shoulder treatment. It's been an eventful one so far through 3. Blue Sox jumping up 1-0. Power tied it up in the first, but then the Blue Sox got 3 in the second, and that's where we stand 4-1. The Blue Sox lead in the top of the 4th. Jackson, Akiba, and Maldonado, the due-up against a new pitcher for the Power, Brock Rudy. Rudy from the right side fires in a fastball. Strike 1 to Jackson. 88 from Rudy.
Brian, you wisely suspected right away when Stan needed to go get Wong Min-shi to catch. Rudy's going to pitch today.
0-1 to Jackson is blistered to left field. A base hit for Jackson. 99 miles an hour off the bat. How about you, sir? 2 for 2 on the day, and he leads off the 4th with a single for Akiba now at the plate.
Well, and Deontay is certainly hot. That pitch, as you said, Brian, was absolutely scalded. Just dropped the bat head on it, and it was a beautiful thing to see.
I can still hear it off the bat right now as the first pitch to Akiba in the dirt. Ming-Shi finds it. 1-0 the count. Boy, Jackson never gives us time to talk about him at the plate. He's just busy collecting base hits. Off of first with the leadoff single. Blue Sox up 4-1 in the 4th. The 1-0 to Akiba, grounded up the middle. Bonaris on to second, 1 on to first, double play. 6-4-3. And Brock Rudy erases the leadoff single just like that. 2 away, nobody on for Taylor Maldonado.
And when you can command the heater inside, you'll get some weak contact swings. Ball right off the handle, and that turned into a tailor-made double play ball.
Beautifully done up the middle. Rudy will certainly take it and now can deal with Maldonado with nobody on and 2 away. First pitch to Maldonado. Away, 1-0.
I don't know if it's just me, but Maldonado looks like a completely different person without gear on.
Those catchers, 1-0 to Maldonado, becomes 2-0 as that one misses away. But back to your point, Evan, didn't mean to ignore it, but did hear that conversation as Rudy typically catches for the Power. But now he has started pitching as well, and he has looked good every time. Here he misses inside 3-0. Rudy making his 3rd appearance on the mound. He's gone 3 innings, and he struck out 4, allowing 0 runs. Really solid look from the mound so far from Brock Rudy. The 3-0 to Maldonado. Passed into the backstop, and over to first goes Maldonado after the base on balls. So Rudy misses with 4 straight. And Vince Garcia will look to do some 2-out damage.
Well, and this is an out that you really need to get if you're Rudy and the Power. You're dealing with the 9th hitter. Definitely need to find a way to keep Garcia off base, especially with the top of the order looming.
Garcia struck out his last time up on 3 pitches. Waves at that one, 0-1. Rudy, 86. Catcher becoming pitcher. Makes a lot of sense, doesn't it, with the arm strength? But it's a lot easier said than done. Rudy so far doing it and getting ahead 0-2 on Garcia. 0-2 with 2 away. Maldonado at first after the walk. Jackson began the inning with a single. He was erased via the double play. And now Garcia chokes up from the right side. Down 0-2, Rudy from the stretch. Misses high, gets away from Ming-Shi, and Maldonado advances to second.
And Wong Min-shi did all he could on that pitch, but it was just way too quick and way too high for him to do much to corral that.
Rudy will take a deep breath from the mound. In the center of the rubber, now fires the 1-2, fouled. Well, look out. Thankfully, no one in that particular seat as Garcia lined it. 1-2 the count with 2 away in the top of the 4th. Blue Sox 4, Power 1. Maldonado at second after the walk and the wild pitch. Garcia continues to choke up from the right side, trying to catch up to it, and he does! Into left field, a base hit. Maldonado will score from second as Vince Garcia delivers a 2-out RBI single.
Well, it's a very good piece of hitting from Garcia. Even better base running from Maldonado. Getting a great jump off of second with 2 outs made it very easy for JJ to wave him around. And a mistake pitch at that from Brock Rudy. Going with a breaking ball after all those late swings from Garcia on the heater, you essentially just sped up his bat.
And he took advantage. 5-1 Blue Sox in the top of the fourth. Catalano dodges the first delivery, 1-0 to the leadoff hitter, who has reached twice via an error. Both of them ground balls to short, but they've both ended up in Catalano reaching. 1-0 the count, 1-1 now after a strike. Rudy throwing hard, but a little wild in this inning. A walk, a wild pitch, and a mistake pitch on the 1-2. Garcia off of first, held by Knoll. The pitch to Catalano in the dirt. Ming-Chi in front of it, and Garcia not testing it. Good play by Wong Ming-Chi, the catcher. Makes it 2-1 with 2 away. Blue Sox up 5-1. 1 in the first, 3 in the second, another here in the fourth. They're still threatening. The 2-1 to Catalano. Catches the upper part of the plate, 2-2.
Boy, this Blue Sox team is fun to watch. They run the bases really well, and it seems rare when they do not take advantage of a mistake from the opposition.
And I love their approach. Look, every single hitter choking up with 2 strikes. The 2-2 to Catalano hits him. Tosses the bat aside and runs to first. Not a pleasant way to reach base, but you reach base nonetheless. 2 away, 2 on, and Bryson Gandy coming to bat.
And that pitch was just buried into the upper back of Catalano at 86. There was nothing he could do to try and get out of the way.
Bryson Gandy smoked one to right center field his last time up. He attacked the first pitch. What does he do here? Takes one upstairs, 1-0.
I don't think that was close enough for Gandy to go after it as much as he might have wanted to.
Stands in from the left side wearing some bright yellow batting gloves. Holds the bat over his helmet. Pointed straight at Rudy, the pitcher. The 1-0 from Rudy to Gandy, lined foul.
That was a very good aggressive swing from Gandy. He got that center cut fastball just a little bit late.
Hitting just 154 on the young season, but batting second. And we saw that loud out. Has runners at first and second, 2 away. The 1-1 to Gandy. Close take goes against him, 1-2. As Gandy has some questions for the home plate umpire. Behind 1-2 now. Garcia off of second, an RBI single. Catalano hit by a pitch at first. Blue Sox already one across, looking for more. The 1-2 to Gandy in the dirt. Good take and a good block by Ming-Chi again. Blue Sox winners of 6 straight games, looking for a 7th, and they look good, up 5-1 in the top of the fourth. 2 on, 2 out, 2-2 count. 3-2 now as Gandy takes one away. Gandy looks comfortable at the plate. I'd be careful if I was Rudy. Runners will be going with the 3-2 and 2 away. There they go, the 3-2, swing and a miss. Gandy can't catch up to it, and Rudy gets out of it, but the Blue Sox add on to their lead. It's 5-1 now as we head to the bottom of the fourth.
Think of the highest quality you can imagine. Now, think higher.
So, I just got the State Farm Personal Price Plan on my car insurance.
So you told your agent you play the bagpipes for your dog?
What? No, I didn't get that personal. My agent just helped me create an affordable price just for me. Okay, let me show you what I've been working on. Hey, Buster!
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
Blue Sox having some fun as we head to the bottom of the fourth inning. They lead 5-1 over the Palm Springs Power. Looking for 7 straight wins, and Trevor McGee, the lefty, remains on the mound. 4-5-6 due up for the Power, so looking to get something going. Wong Ming-Shi starts it off. First pitch to him. Ball one barely off the corner.
It's really fun to think about with this Blue Sox team. They were, by record, the second worst team in the league last year, led by JJ, and now, of course, at the moment, top dogs.
1-0 to Wong Ming-Shi, off the plate inside, 2-0. And you remember in the first 2 innings, McGee really attacked the inner half of the plate, and it's opened up wonders for him. 5 strikeouts on the afternoon. Goes into his windup, the 2-0, swung on and missed by Ming-Shi.
I think Min-Shi's eyes lit up when he saw that center cut fastball. Bit too big of a swing and might have taken his head off of it.
Still has a 2-1 count to work with, but now it's 2-2 as that breaking ball loops in across the plate. McGee mixing and matching.
That's a couple calls now from Steiner going back to last inning where he's opened it up on the inner half to the right-handed batters.
Ming-Shi struck out his first time up. Has a 2-2 count. Puts it into play towards short. Charging is Gonzalez. Bobbles it and can't collect. Ming-Shi will reach via the air.
Yeah, it has to go down as an error. It just took a really crazy in-between hop out of nowhere. Yeah, initially Gonzalez did have it lined up. Just when you have something last minute like that where the ball just changes directions, it's going to eat you up.
So the shortstop's not having the best of days today. Gonzalez and Air, Bonaris too. 2 normally reliable defenders out there. See if the Power can cash in. An Air to start the inning. Nick Knoll now at the plate. Attacks the first pitch but can't connect. 0-1. The Blue Sox certainly capitalized on the 2 errors. They've scored 3 unearned runs out of the 5 that give them a 5-1 lead in the bottom of the 4th. Wong Ming-Shi off of first, reaching via the air, and Knoll behind 0-1. The delivery from McGee, buried in the dirt, 1-1. Action in the Washington bullpen, so McGee might not be in there that much longer. We'll try to get out of some trouble here. A leadoff Air puts the runner at first. A 1-1 count to Nick Knoll, tall righty. Fouled straight back as Knoll right on it. Beautiful to see the American and Canadian flags blowing out towards left field. They stand directly above the 400-foot mark in center field. And then if you're looking at the flags, you're also looking at the beautiful mountains in the distance. Boy, are we lucky with this view. McGee taking his time, ready for the 1-2, and gets a swing and a miss. Knoll goes upstairs and now goes back to the dugout. 6 Ks for McGee, 1 away now in the 4th with Bonaris up to bat.
We haven't seen many of them today. It looked like McGee went with the changeup. He missed his spot up in the zone, but Knoll came up empty anyway.
Yeah, you don't want to miss with a changeup up there, but it worked. Now Bonnery steps up, 1 away. Ming-Shi still over at first. Power down 5-1 in the bottom of the 4th. Ball 1 to Bonneries. Great crowd on hand on this Thursday afternoon. Out-of-towner Thursdays. That means $5 admission for out-of-town U.S. residents. Tomorrow is Canada Day. Same deal, but for Canadian residents. As Bonneries ready for the 1-0. chases it, lifts it to left center field. Catalano and Gandy meet up. Catalano calls him off and makes the catch for the out. Just off the end of the bat, not much on it for Bonner. He's 2 away now, runner still at first. And Luke Chernesky, the new batter.
And that was another changeup from McGee. It's really good to see. It really took until he's going through the lineup for the second time for him to actually need to break it out. And it was a bit higher than he might have wanted, but tailing off the plate outside, and he got the early swing from Bonaris.
Blue Sox holding on to a 5-1 lead. McGee trying to finish off 4 complete. Has to deal with Luke Chernesky, the righty. First pitch to him, a swing and a miss, strike 1.
Chernesky might have the hardest, most violent swing that I have seen since Bryce Harper.
He does not get cheated whatsoever. Gives it every ounce of energy every time. You got to love it. The 0-1 to Chernesky. Takes this one, and a good take, 1-1. Blue Sox looking to extend their win streak to 7. They lead it 5-1 in the bottom of the 4th. Power looking for a 2-out rally. Wong Mingshi off of first. McGee the long look. Now kicks and fires. A swing and a miss. Chernesky again a big swing. Giving it some practice hacks afterwards. Just trying to stay in the box. Digs into the batter's box. Looks beautiful, doesn't it, with all that quick dry? Can't even tell it rained.
It rained last night?
What are you talking about? Chernesky behind in the count, 1-2. Mingshi still at first. The delivery nearly hits him. Did he hold back on the swing? They haven't asked the first base umpire, so I guess it was clear enough. 2-2 the count. Chernesky working a patient at bat, chokes up on the bat. Power down 5-1 in the bottom of the 4th. Gomia on deck. Chernesky trying to get it to him. McGee really takes a long time, now ready to deliver, and he gets a strikeout. 7 strikeouts on the afternoon for Trevor McGee through 4 innings with just 1 run allowed. Blue Sox 5, Power 1 as we head to the top of the 5th.
We just got our best ever ratings from U.S. News and World Report. We're the #1 hospital in Riverside and San Bernardino counties. High performing in 17 common procedures from joint replacements to heart attack care. And for the first time, national ranking as high performing in 3 adult specialties. We're proud of these ratings, but what matters most, as always, is how we rate with you. Learn more at eisenhowerhealth.org/awards.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
It's been a crazy day at the California Winter League. Currently, the Blue Sox lead the Palm Springs Power by a score of 5-1 ahead of the top of the 5th. All this craziness, though, could be better communicated for you if you just follow along on social media. You can keep up to date with everything California Winter League and find us on Facebook and Instagram at California Winter League and on Twitter at Cal Winter League. or visit our website at californiawinterleague.com. That's where we post all of our updates, our new schedules. So while we're here working on the field and you're wondering when's the game going to start, well, check social media. It's that simple, Evan.
Well, it's usually a pretty good option. I try and tell my grandmother that all the time, but that doesn't work with Grandma.
Hopefully she's listening now. Alejandro Lara, the leadoff hitter for the Blue Sox, against a new power pitcher, Yuda Shui. Tall righty from the windup, misses low and away, ball 1.
Social media is not Grandma's strong suit. Neither is email.
Lara behind in the count 1-0. Takes a close one, catches the corner 1-1. So what is the preferred method of reaching Grandma?
Oh, definitely by phone. She's really good by phone.
So hopefully you can call her after the game and tell her how it went.
Absolutely.
The 1-1 from Shui to Lara. Slow tapper to short. Bonaris charges, gathers, and another high throw. You kind of saw this one coming. It was a much tougher play than the first two, but still an errant throw goes against Bonaris. So an error to start the inning, and the Blue Sox look to add some insurance to their 5-1 lead.
Well, he did a really good job with scooping it up at first, and he had time to throw out Lara. I don't know. He rushed the throw, and I don't think he was even looking towards first base. He was kind of looking our direction.
Just one of those days. As Michael Bucchino steps to the plate, Lara a big lead off of first. He's basically already at second. Shui finally sees it, decides to check on him. Bucchino 0 for 2, lined into a double play and grounded to short. Lara reached via the air. He's off of first. The pitch to Bucchino. Strike one on the corner. Five runs on 6 hits for the Blue Sox and 3 power errors. That's the story as Shui checks in on Lara again. Nothing doing. We'll keep hammering it home because it's just so impressive. These Blue Sox scored a combined 0 runs across their first 2 games. As this one in the dirt, Ming-Chi blocks it, checks on first, but not in time. 1-1 the count to Michael Bucchino. So no runs on 2 hits through 2 complete games. They were 0-2. All of a sudden, they turned it on, and they have won 6 straight since that point. And it all started with a win against the power. Upstairs, inside to Bucchino, 2-1. And I remember being in this booth during that game, Evan. We talked about how things can change with just 1 hit, 1 run, 1 inning. And look at the results of that for the Blue Sox. The 2-1 to Bucchino, up the middle. Bonaris gathers it, steps on the bag for 1, on to first for 2. There's a great defensive play by Joseph Bonaris III. Erases that first error and puts it with nobody on, 2 away, and Nick Gonzalez coming to bat.
Boy, does Bonaris have one heck of an arm. I mean, we could hear the pop from Noel's glove at first all the way from up here.
He can really field it over there at short. Talking to himself as he crouches into defensive position ahead of his first strike to Nick Gonzalez. Always like to see what the fielders are doing ahead of a pitch. Yuda Shui, the new pitcher on the mound. 2 away, nobody on in the top of the 5th. Blue Sox 5, power 1. Slow breaking ball, catches Gonzalez, and he'll walk over to first after being hit by the pitch. And if it doesn't seem like it hurt much, Gonzalez not looking fazed by a 66-mile-per-hour curveball.
No, he saw that one coming and knew all they had to do was stand in there and he'd be able to make his way on base.
All right, now Deontay Jackson at the plate. Alert, everybody. He likes to swing at the first pitch. 2 hits on the day. Both have been on the first pitch. Barely lets us talk about him. Has a runner at first, 2 away. And he swings at the first pitch. A line drive to right and a base hit. 3 for 3 for Deontay Jackson. And you gotta love it. The 32-year-old from the Bay Area hasn't played baseball in several years, but is so happy to be here, has the brightest smile you'll ever see, and he's 3 for 3 on the day.
You know, Brian, I don't know what's more entertaining, watching Deontay Jackson hit the way he's gotten hot or hearing Hunter next door cheering for him.
It's all pretty fun, but watching him hit is the fun part.
Well, it doesn't last very long.
First pitch to Akiba, a strike down the middle. 0-1 the count with 2 away in the top of the 5th. Runners at first and second. There were 2 outs, nobody on. Suddenly Gonzalez got hit, Jackson a single, and the Blue Sox threatening again up 5-1. Shui takes a look at second, now delivers home. A soft fly ball to center field. Vincent coming in. Underneath it for the catch and the out. So a 2-out rally doesn't result in runs for the Blue Sox, but they still have a 5-1 lead as we head to the bottom of the 5th.
Desert Air started right here in the Coachella Valley in 1954, and we've been welcoming customers to our family ever since. With nearly 70 years of proven trust, dependability, and experience, we've got the AC and heating expertise to help you all year round. Plus, our factory-trained technicians provide well-informed maintenance, repairs, and installation, so you get our industry-best products with industry-best service. Contact our family at Desert Air. We'll make sure you live comfortably, always.
Hey Power Baseball fans, looking to hit a home run against pests in your home? Rudy's Pest Control is your winning choice. Rudy's Flex 80/90 Pest Control Plan offers effective and affordable protection with just 5 visits a year instead of the usual 12, so you'll have more time to do what you love. Visit rudyspest.com or call 760-746-PEST and declare, heck no, 12's gotta go. Rudy's Pest Control is your home run choice, so get started today.
Trevor McGee, the starter, still on the mound for the Blue Sox as they start the bottom of the 5th, up 5-1 over the Power. It's been an impressive day for McGee. 7 strikeouts, just 3 hits, and a run allowed. That run unearned back in the first inning. So a very clean afternoon for McGee. Thought it might end after 4. There was somebody warming in the bullpen, but not the case as Gomia, Herb, and Vincent do it for the Power. McGee, the lefty, into his windup against the righty Gomia. First pitch swinging, foul ball, right behind us. And a loud boom off the bleachers.
One of the gentlemen over there had one of those looks like, oh no, the ball's coming. Thank goodness it landed next to him.
And he's got it securely in his hands now. A souvenir. You never know what you're going to get at the ballpark.
He has a nice hat too, so I forgive him for his lack of effort.
Timeout on the field as Maldonado will take a visit to the mound. 0-1 the count, leading off the bottom of the 5th. Blue Sox 5, Power 1. And just a picture-perfect day for baseball, Evan. We've had 2 days rained out here this week. We had a crazy morning after a big rainstorm last night, pushed us all the way back to 12:45 first pitch for this one. But I think it's worth the wait when we get a day like this.
Well, it absolutely is. I'm kind of perplexed, actually, from that meeting on the mound. So Maldonado went out, and the home plate umpire, much quicker than usual, went out there and actually took part in the conversation between McGee and Maldonado. So I wonder what they were talking about.
Definitely don't see that every day. But nonetheless, just an 0-1 count to lead off the 5th to Gomia. And Gomia takes it outside, ball 1. Very strange to see a catcher visit the pitcher after 1 pitch in an inning in which it was a strike and in which he's dealing. Off speed, delivery, fools Gomia. And he's shaking his head behind 1-2. McGee's done that to a whole lot of power hitters today. You can almost see the smile from here. Infield playing straight up. They haven't been very busy after those 7 strikeouts. Into the windup, high leg kick, and the delivery. Tapped to Brandon Erb in the on-deck circle.
Just to go back a second to that strange meeting on the mound, my first thought was that McGee and Maldonado weren't on the same page with what they were going to throw or something to do with the signs. That's a puzzling one to me. Why did Max Steiner go out there and take part in the conversation?
If only we were closer to hear. 1-2, fouled straight back. Gomia staying alive. Gomia, Erb, and Vincent, the 3 due up for the Power. They scored back in the first inning to tie it up at 1, but since then 4 unanswered by the Blue Sox. They lead it 5-1 in the bottom of the 5th. This game was supposed to happen on Tuesday, got rained out, so we're making it up this afternoon. Both teams were supposed to be off today. But it all works out as Gomia, a high fly ball to left center field. Catalano, though, racing underneath it, and he makes the catch for the first out. One away in the bottom of the 5th, and Brandon Erb, the due-up hitter.
I think I have it figured out with that meeting on the mound. They must have been talking about how good the chicken was at lunch today. That's the only logical explanation, Brian.
Sue and her team do a great job at the concession stand. We're all very thankful, as are the players. The lefty-lefty matchup starts with a line drive over the head of the third baseman, Akiba, a base hit. Brandon Erb racing past first, on to second. A one-out double for Brandon Erb. He must have liked the chicken too, Evan. Got all of that one. We have seen some hard hit balls today. 91 off the bat of Erb. And we'll turn it over to the top of the lineup, but a pinch hitter for the Power. So everyone hold on a second. It's not Chase Vincent. We have not seen Vincent pinch hit for much.
Might be Fuwan Jung.
First pitch to the new hitter in the dirt, ball 1.
Well, is he in point streak? Yep,
Toon Kai Young, the pinch hitter. A 1-1 count to him with 1 away and a runner at second. Big swing and a miss, 1-2. Stan Clyburn, the manager for the Power, pretty consistently leaves the starting unit out there. But going with a pinch hitter here in the bottom of the 5th. Power down 5-1 as the Blue Sox looking good yet again. The 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Maldonado applies the tag, and that's the second out of the inning. So a big out for McGee as now Xiaopin He at the plate. And watch out for him, 2 for 2 with 2 doubles on the afternoon.
But McGee still needs to remain aggressive. Still leading 5-1. I know first base is open, but the worst Xiaopin can do is make this a 2-run game. Do not want to give the Power an extra base runner.
First pitch misses low to He. 1-0 with 2 away in the bottom of the 5th. Erb over there at second after a 1-out double. He's held on by Buquino, the second baseman. Catalano wisely playing towards left center field. That's where He has sent both of his doubles. Looks at one in the zone. Strike 1 on the breaking ball.
Oh, and he's been so good and aggressive on the fastball. I think that's why we saw the back-to-back curves to start this at-bat.
Jackson playing in from right, ready to gun down Erb if he goes from second. Close one goes against McGee, 2-1. He has had the handle over the zone today with those 2 doubles. They've both been very sharply hit. 2 of the 4 hits on the board for the Power, just 1 run as they trail 5-1 in the 5th. The 2-1 strike on the inner half. He doesn't like it. Taps the bat on his feet. Wipes the plate a bit with that bat, now ready to go. McGee shaking off his catcher Maldonado, still staring at him, now agrees. Brings the glove to his chest. Couple of bounces forward before he comes set. Looks back towards second, now kicks and fires. Outside, ball 3.
This needs to be a challenge fastball with the count full.
Does have that open base at first, but up 4. You don't want to be walking guys ahead of the middle of the order. Herb off of second. Huh at the plate. The 3-2 count with 2 away. Here it comes from McGee. Up the middle. Off the glove of McGee. Gathers. Throws. Low, but Garcia reaches to make the catch and the out. McGee fields his position. Wasn't the prettiest effort at first, but it got the job done. And the Blue Sox take a 5-1 lead to the top of the 6th as Garth Brooks plays at Palm Springs Stadium. Blue Sox in full control of this one, up 5-1 in the top of the 6th. Maldonado, Garcia, and Catalano due up as they try to add some more insurance. A new pitcher for the power, Fu Yuan Zhang. Righty takes his time, long windup, and he hits Maldonado with the first pitch. Not how you want to start your afternoon out of the bullpen. So 1 pitch, he's hit. On to first goes Maldonado, and Vince Garcia, the number 9 hitter, will bat here in the top of the 6th.
Well, I guess Vince has some family in town. He got a nice round of applause as he walked up to the plate.
He is from Anaheim, California, just down the road in Orange County. Zhang checks on the runner at first, nothing doing. Garcia has been here before. Told us on check-in day he keeps coming back because he gets to play competitive baseball in a beautiful place. Sounds good to me, certainly, as he takes that first one outside, ball 1. He actually works at a trophy company in Anaheim and also at the Honda Center for the Anaheim Ducks of the NHL as he waves and misses at this one. 1-1 the count. But I, too, would choose baseball over hockey. So he's here, even though the Ducks are in season. The 1-1 to Garcia. Inside, ball 2, 2-1 to Vince Garcia, the first baseman. Maldonado started the frame, hit by the first pitch. He's off of first, and Garcia ahead in the count 2-1. Catches the corner 2-2 as he shakes his head a little bit. Didn't love the call, did Garcia. But now he'll choke up on the bat, dig back into the batter's box. Infield looking for a double play. Zhang checks on the runner. Holds, now fires. The other way into right field, a base hit. Garcia is just finding those holes today. Maldonado goes from first to third, and Garcia a second base hit to put runners at the corners with nobody out.
Well, it's the right approach with 2 strikes for Garcia. Letting the ball get deep, it was down the zone, and he was able to find a hold on the right side.
Nobody out, runners at the corners. Blue Sox up 5-1 in the 6th, and they're looking for more. And now we get to play a game of how will Tim Catalano reach base this time. 2 errors and a hit by pitch. Here, the first pitch outside, 1-0 to the leadoff hitter. It hasn't been conventional, but he's gotten on. From Patterson, New York. The 1-0, Catalano takes it high, 2-0. Hitting .462 coming into today, but he hasn't been given much of a shot. In command, 2-0 with runners at the corners, nobody out. Dodges it, nearly hits him, but here comes Maldonado from third. Blue Sox up 6-1 after the wild pitch.
And it has to go down as a wild pitch. That's a pitch, though, that I would want to see Wang Min-chi handle. Wasn't terribly far off the plate, but again, this Blue Sox team just very opportunistic. If you make a mistake, they will make you pay.
Catalano takes his base, ball 4. 4 straight to Catalano, who has now reached base all 4 times. 2 errors, a hit by pitch, and now a walk to his ledger. Puts runners at first and second, nobody out for Bryson Gandy.
Well, this is a big chance for the Blue Sox. Put a couple more runs on the board and really put the power away.
Big lefty awaits the first pitch, and it's in there for strike 1. Gandy struck out his last time up, but he gave it a ride in the previous at-bat. A fly out to right center field. He's got an opportunity to do damage here. The 0-1 to Gandy. Line drive off the pitcher, Zhang, and over to short, a base hit. Look out. 96 miles per hour off the bat of Bryson Gandy, and that was straight off of the pitcher, Fuyuan Zhang.
And it looked from up here. I don't know if it is glove. I thought it hit him in the lower leg. I'm amazed to see that Zhang he's walking around pretty normally, and he waved off all the coaches and trainers. That looked a lot worse up here than what it seems to be.
I think this has to be the game in which I've read the most exit velocities, but it's just because they've been so impressive by the Blue Sox. Bases loaded, nobody out for Laura. First pitch to him, ball 1. We've seen 99 from Jackson, 96 right there from Gandy. They are not missing these deliveries from power pitchers. The 1-0 to Laura, fouled.
And this is a Washington team that throughout the first half of the season are hanging out towards the bottom in all these offensive categories, and they've slowly climbed back to the middle of the pack. So they've really picked up the pace.
Yeah, they're now third in runs despite not scoring any in their first 2 games. Garcia off of third, Catalano at second, Gandy at first. The bases loaded, nobody out for Lara. Slow breaking ball misses away, 2-1.
That was an interesting pitch. It looked kind of like a frisbee coming out of the hand of Zhang.
Lara, the leading hitter in the CWL, has a chance to do damage. Waves at that one, 2-2, barely fouls it into the mitt of Ming-Shi. So a nice bounce back so far by Zhang after being hit by the line drive. 1 run already across for the Blue Sox, a 6-1 lead in the 6th. The 2-2 to Lara, in the dirt, blocked by Ming-Shi, 3-2. Blue Sox scored 1 in the first, 3 in the second. 1 in the 4th, and here another in the 6th. It's been spread out, consistent, and dominant. The payoff pitch to Laura. Ball 4, take your base, and here comes Garcia to score. 7-1, the Blue Sox lead. They still have the bases loaded and nobody out.
Well, and there's no action in the Power bullpen either. Well, there's somebody standing down there, but at least for now, this inning is going to be left to Zhang.
Bucchino at the plate, bases loaded, nobody out. Takes a strike on the inner half, 0-1. Infield desperately searching for a double play if they can get it. The 0-1 to Bucchino, a strike, again 0-2. Zhang getting ahead of Bucchino, the cleanup hitter. Kukimoto got the start, Rudy followed. Shui then entered, and now Zhang for the Power. 0-2, strike 3 called as Bucchino doesn't like it, but he'll head back to the dugout. Big first out for Zhang as the bases remain loaded, but now one away. Nick Gonzalez at the plate. Open stance from the right side. First pitch to him, upstairs, ball 1.
Well, Brian, of course the Blue Sox come into today with the best record in the league. Do you think they're the favorites at this point when we get to postseason time?
1-0, roller to short, Bonaris on to second for 1, on to first, a double play. Not a good time for that question, Evan, as the Power turn another 6-4-3 double play to get out of trouble. The Blue Sox do add a pair of runs, but it could have been a whole lot worse. Blue Sox lead it 7-1 as we head to the bottom of the 6th.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Hey, Power Baseball fans. Looking to hit a home run against pests in your home? Rudy's Pest Control is your winning choice. Rudy's Flex 80/90 Pest Control Plan offers effective and affordable protection with just 5 visits a year instead of the usual 12, so you'll have more time to do what you love. Visit rudyspest.com or call 760-746-PEST and declare, heck no, 12's gotta go. Rudy's Pest Control is your home run choice, so get started today.
Changes for both sides here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Blue Sox 7, Power 1. New pitcher for the Blue Sox, Alex Ford. And a pinch hitter for the Power, Chris Guzman. Guzman attacks the first pitch, lines it to center field softly to Catalano, who lost it in the sun, and it gets behind him. Guzman scurries into second for a fortunate double as Catalano at the last second lost it. And Jackson goes over to just give him an embrace. Nothing you can do about that. And for the Power, a much-needed leadoff double.
Oh, it looked like he had it lined up, but yeah, we're used to seeing the left fielders have a lot more trouble with the sun, but it's a lonely feeling when you just can't see the ball and you know it's coming.
That could be the break the Power needed. Wang Mingxi takes one inside, ball 1. So Guzman leads off with that double that got lost in the sun. And Alex Ford will suddenly have to work around some trouble. Newly into the game from the bullpen, the righty delivers. Sent the other way, but out of play foul. Ends the day for Trevor McGee on the mound. 5 innings, just 4 hits, 1 run, which was unearned. Walked 1 and struck out 8. So a masterful performance for Trevor McGee. Bullpen will look to steal win number 7 in a row for the Blue Sox. The 1-1 to Ming Shi in the dirt, ball 2.
Well, before the double play last inning, Brian, I asked about who you think the postseason favorites are. Do you think it's the Blue Sox?
I don't know. It's hard to tell. There's so much good baseball being played here at the CWL. As Ford readies the 2-1, pulled past short. No, a diving stop by Gonzalez. Throw on to first, and he gets him. Holy cow, what a play by Gonzalez. I thought that was into left for sure. But instead, an El Paseo Jewelers web gem at short for the first out of the inning.
That was just awesome. A full extension backhanded dive from Gonzalez. I mean, look, and the runner, Guzman, thought it was by him too. He almost got himself into a rundown. And to set himself a strong throw, that's a big league caliber play.
We've seen a lot of good defensive plays. That has to be near the top. Knoll pulls it to third. Akiba gathers, throws on to first, and gets the out. Guzman does come around to score, but now 2 outs for Ford on the mound thanks to his defense.
So, Brian, who do you think is the favorite in the CWL?
Oh, back to that, right? If I had to say right now, those Alberta Grizzly look real good at the plate. The best offense in the league from top to bottom. They've done a good job every game I've seen them. So I'd put them near the top. Blue Sox certainly in contention as well as Bonneries takes the first pitch for a strike. 0-1. Who would you think is the favorite?
It really doesn't have much to do with their record, but I'm opting with the Blue Sox because they don't strike out.
Bonneries pulls it deep down the line to left, and it's out of here. Joseph Bonneries III cranks one to left, and the Power get back into it thanks to a solo homer from Bonneries.
Wow, Bonneries really is strong. 97 off the bat. The only question was whether it would stay fair, and that got out of here in a hurry.
He wasn't listening to your conversation about the Blue Sox being the favorite because he wanted to get his Power back into it as Chernesky comes to bat with 2 away.
But just to quickly wrap it up, I say the Blue Sox, they don't strike out, and they have wreckers coming out of the bullpen. That's a pretty shutdown guy late in games.
First pitch to Chernesky, a strike on the outer half. 0-1 with 2 away in the bottom of the 6th. Blue Sox ahead 7-3, but it's getting dangerously closer if you're the Power. Chernesky puts all of it into that swing, can't connect. 0-2. Takes his helmet off, takes a deep breath, and now puts it back on. 2 runs across in the bottom of the 6th. Guzman doubled and scored. Bonneries a solo shot. Chernesky, slow tapper to short. Gonzalez, tough hop onto first, barely in time to get Chernesky. Call it the inning of Nick Gonzalez defensively. 2 great plays at shortstop sends us to the top of the 7th inning. Blue Sox lead it by a score of 7-3.
Whenever you find yourself hungry for something real, simple, and true, we're here for you.
That's what a hamburger's all about.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Welcome back to the top of the 7th inning in Palm Springs, California. Washington Blue Sox lead it 7-3 over the Palm Springs Power. And you know who's coming to plate by that smile. Deontay Jackson brings his big, bright smile to the plate, and I'd be smiling too if I was 3 for 3.
Doesn't matter what level you're at, 3 for 3 is always a good day. Yeah, I was waiting for that. I think Hunter just realized Deontay's up.
He certainly is paying attention over there, isn't he? Jackson, another line drive and another hit. 4 for 4 for Deontay Jackson. And the press box's favorite player does it again.
Yeah, it took a while. Hunter barely had any time to cheer for him. He was in another spirited conversation. So he made the most of it after he saw the rocket from Jackson.
I just cannot stop smiling watching Deontay Jackson play. Big lead off at first, so Jang checks on him. Safe is the call. But I mean, look at him, Evan. You can see the smile radiating from here. He loves what he is doing. Another base hit to left field. Akiba this time, the culprit. And it's all smiles for the Blue Sox in the top of the 7th. Up 7-3. And runners at first and second. Nobody out after back-to-back singles.
And I'll say this about Jackson, too. For anybody, it's obviously very easy to be in a great mood when you're 4 for 4. But even with a strikeout or on different days, he is always having a great time, no matter what's happening around him.
And it's contagious, right? You see him, and you are in a better mood instantly. Maldonado attacks the first pitch deep to center field over the head of Kramer and to the wall. Jackson in to score. Akiba racing around third. He's headed home. A triple for Taylor Maldonado. And the Blue Sox get those 2 runs right back. Taylor Maldonado says, I can do more than just catch. I can hit a 2 RBI triple. And the Blue Sox lead it 9-3.
Yeah, that was a shot. 94 off the bat. The pitch caught a lot of the plate. Boy, some missiles from the Blue Sox this inning.
Vince Garcia now at the plate. He's 2 for 3 with an RBI. Corners playing in. At this point, the infield has to play in. Misses upstairs and in. 1-0 to Garcia. Boy, you kind of start to feel like the Power get 2 runs in the 6th. Maybe they'll put some pressure on the Blue Sox. And yet here, boom, 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 come the Blue Sox with 2 runs on 3 hits. Another ball upstairs to Garcia. 2-0 the count.
And there's still nobody out. How about the 12th spot as far as those hits are concerned for Washington?
Another perhaps to right. Off the glove of the right fielder, Young, and down. Maldonado will score from third, and Garcia may not go down as a base hit. It won't. That's an error on the right fielder, but another hard hit ball for him. 10-3, the Blue Sox lead it.
But Garcia will get an RBI. Maldonado was going to tag either way.
Tim Catalano at the plate for the 5th time. Looks at a called strike. 0-1. These Blue Sox are having fun. Winners of 6 in a row, looking well on their way to 7. Catalano chops it to third, just foul.
You know, Brian, I don't think the Blue Sox liked it when you said you think Alberta is the favorites because of all their big bats. They must have heard you, especially Deontay.
You're right. You're right. Totally right. The Blue Sox looking like the favorite after this one. Ball in the dirt. 1-2 the count to Catalano. The thing about the CWL is it can turn on a dime. One day, the Blue Sox are 0-2. The next day, they've won 7 in a row. I know that's impossible math-wise, but it somehow makes sense. Another ball lifted to right, and it falls for a base hit. Catalano on base for the 5th time today, but for the first time via a hit.
I mean, the big thing is when you're playing the Blue Sox, especially because they don't strike out, they make you make every single play. And they run the bases so well where they put even more pressure on the opposition. I mean, it's probably because they don't strike out, but it seems like there's a lot of errors made for the opposition against them.
Gandy swings at the first pitch, a roller to short. Bonaris to Hutt. Won't throw to first, just that one out at second. Runners at the corners now. One away in the top of the 7th. Blue Sox up 10-3.
Now, granted, if you're the Blue Sox, you still can't take anyone for granted. Single elimination in the playoffs, and last year, both the 2 worst teams made it to the finals.
That's why we have to caution. Still all sorts of baseball to be played here at the CWL, the premier showcase league. Over 800 players signed professionally in its 15 years. Lara, high fly ball to right field. Young giving chase. And he won't get there as it lands on the warning track. 1 run in for the Blue Sox. In comes the second as Gandy rounds third. A 2 RBI triple for Alejandro Lara, and the Blue Sox lead it 12-3.
At first, that just looked to me like it was going to be a casual fly ball, especially on such a cool and humid day, but that really carried out to right. It got just a little bit short of the warning track. And it's already 350 down the lines.
4 runs batted in for Alejandro Lara. 2 more hits to add to his league-leading batting average. And just everywhere you turn for the Blue Sox, it's positive momentum. Bucchino lays off of 1-0. We haven't seen a lot of these, Evan. All of our games, for the most part, have been competitive, tight, but the Blue Sox are just on another kind of heater right now as this one is chopped foul.
Yeah, and this is a power team that's also been in virtually all their games. The Blue Sox just seem to get better and better as they go.
Yeah, the power coming into this one, 4-4-1. As the 1-1 to Bucchino outside, ball 2. We've had 3 games today on the Ox Field, one just now kicking off at 2 p.m. The only game in the main stadium has been a Blue Sox outburst as Bucchino takes one for a strike, 2-2. 14 hits on the board, 12 runs. Still a runner at third, just 1 away in the top of the 7th. In the dirt past Ming-Chi, Lara will test it, and he'll score the 13th run of the afternoon. A 10-run lead for the Blue Sox, 13-3 here in the top of the 7th inning. These out-of-town residents are getting the show. $5 admission if you're an out-of-town U.S. resident here on Thursday afternoon. Remember, tomorrow, Canada Day. $5 admission if you have a Canadian residency. The 3-2 to Bucchino, chopped up the middle. Bonaris makes the play. Soft throw over to first, and that's out number 2. But that's not it here at Palm Springs Stadium. You won't want to miss all the home runs, stolen bases, and sunshine that the California Winter League has to offer. Already talked about Canada Day, where Canadian residents get in the ballpark for just $5. On Saturday, you can enjoy $3 draft beers. Then Sunday is Family Day, brought to you by Jack in the Box, with free admission for kids 12 and under and $5 discounted admission for all adults and seniors. Visit CaliforniaWinterLeague.com for more information and the stadium box office for more tickets. You want to get your tickets to watch these Blue Sox on their way to a 7th straight win. Gonzalez over to right field. You guessed it, a base hit for the Blue Sox. Gonzalez charging hard for second. A hustle double for him. And that's 15 hits now for the Blue Sox as it looks like we're going to roll the inning over perhaps. Nope, not quite. Just Gonzalez going to drop off his batting gloves. We'll keep it going for Deontay Jackson back at the plate. 4 for 4. Already a hit in this very inning. Can he go 5 for 5 and on just 5 pitches?
Really? Just 5 pitches?
He has attacked the first pitch every time.
Right. No, he had a called strike in the second at bat. That's the only one.
I don't know. It's all been going so fast. Finally decided to just take a pitch. Maybe give the opposition a chance. You know. Very kind of Deontay, the 32-year-old from Oakland. Pulls this one to third. Still hit hard, but gathered by Guzman on to first, and he gets him by a couple of steps. So it won't be a 5 for 5 day for Jackson, but the Blue Sox are doing just fine. 6 runs come around in the 7th inning, and they lead it 13-3 as we head to the final frame.
Immerse yourself in the ultimate fan experience at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Stop by any of our 3 premier properties in the Coachella Valley to catch all of the games on our giant wraparound screens. See real-time scores on our giant LED sports ticker. Plus, enjoy exciting twists on all of your bar food favorites. Get your game on at 360 Sports in Rancho Mirage, Palm Springs, or Cathedral City. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com. Problem gambling? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Welcome back to the bottom of the 7th inning, where it's all Washington Blue Sox right now. A 13-3 lead over the Palm Springs Power. Gomia, Herb, and Young, the due-up hitters for the Power. That's actually Jimmy Kramer on deck for Herb. So those will be the batters against Alex Ford on the mound. First pitch to Gomia. Tapper back to the mound. Ford will tag him on the way to first, and that's out number 1 as they embrace and hug down the first baseline. All love here at the CWL, and everyone very excited, Evan, because Danny Maha just alerted them that because 13 runs are on the board, they get free tacos from Jack in the Box, 9 runs or more.
Well, those tacos, they do hold their own. They definitely do.
First pitch to Jimmy Kramer in his first at-bat, grounded to short, tough hop handled by Gonzalez. The throw to first, in time for out number 2. 1 out away from a 7th consecutive Blue Sox victory. They are taking the league by storm and painting the town blue.
Well, the Power chose the wrong time to pick a fight with the Blue Sox, I can tell you that much.
Tunkai Young at the plate. He struck out his last time up. First pitch from Ford. A strike called. Do want to give another big shout out to Tyler Hughes, Justin Reschke, and Andrew Starkey, along with everyone at the CWL for helping put this game together as Young lines it into the Power dugout. Look out, Power hitters. 0-2 the count to Young, but we are very fortunate to have even gotten this game in after the rain last night. You wouldn't even tell by looking at this field. The 0-2 to Young, swung on and missed, out number 3. And the Washington Blue Sox win their 7th straight game by a score of 13-3. Somebody break up the Washington Blue Sox because they are on a roll. 13 runs on 15 hits. 4 errors from the Power helped early on, but it really was an offensive outburst for the Washington Blue Sox, hammering balls all over the place and earning their 7th straight victory. Evan, we're almost at a loss for words at this point because the Blue Sox just keep putting W's in that win column.
Well, that's absolutely right, Brian. And my big takeaway is, of course, you're going to look at the 6 runs in the 7th and the 4-hit day from Deontay Jackson and the errors from the power, but don't let Trevor McGee's start get lost in this whole equation. Going the first 5, he really set a strong tone, settling in after allowing the lone run in the first, and he really put his Blue Sox in a great position to come out with their 7th straight win.
You're absolutely right. Behind every great offense is a great pitcher, at least if you're one of the best teams. And right now, the Washington Blue Sox are the best team in the California Winter League. They improved to 7-2 on the year, while the Palm Springs Power fall to 4-5-1. What a wonderful day at the California Winter League. We really appreciate you for joining us. For Danny Maha and Evan Schmeiser, I'm Brian Yanswilson. Have a terrific Thursday night.